breaking down the deals, data, and disruption shaping global markets. You're listening to The Daily Ledger with Dennis Sert.
It is Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. You're listening to The Daily Ledger Show, and I am your host, Dennis Sert. Good to be with you here today, ladies and gentlemen. We got some good stuff on the docket. I think we're just going to jump in just immediately. So here we go. The Dow Jones is down 0.33%. The NASDAQ is down 0.09%, and the S&P 500 is down 0.34%. Bitcoin is up 0.93% to 87,775. We got some good stories for you here today. We're going to talk about some of the unemployment numbers that came out this morning, straight from BLS.gov. We got a story about CoreWeave. We're going to talk about Ford a little bit, and then we're going to talk about the Disney OpenAI deal a little bit more. But before we get into that, make sure to download Byte AI, a market analysis, which is an iOS direct-to-consumer app, which is a financial co-pilot. Basically, it accumulates news sentiment for all of your stocks, as well as the technical indicators, which is what economists and professional traders trade off of, like the relative strength index, RSI curve, Bollinger Bands, MACD/signal curve, and then basically it's ChatGPT in real time, putting all that together and then giving a solid underbought, overbought, or neutral signal, as in enter, exit, or stay put signal. And then it tells you why it thinks that, and then it gives you some more information on all of them. So would highly recommend you download. I use it every day when trading stocks. It refreshes every 15 minutes, so that's why I just changed. And yeah, make sure to use code podcast20 at Stripe checkout when going through the web app. And one more thing, past success does not guarantee future results. Neither Byte AI nor I are financial advisors. Okay, let's jump into what we got here today. So first of all, BLS.gov released these job numbers. Apparently, even though unemployment ticked up just a little bit to 4.6%. Apparently, that's a 0.2% increase. Talks about some of the data here in November 2025. The number of unemployed people of 7.8 million, which were little changed from September. These measures were higher than last November when the jobless rate was 4.2%. Yeah, so there you go. New York Times talks a little bit about that too. The unemployment rate rose in November, a warning sign for the health of the labor market that has been strained by federal layoffs and rising costs. I couldn't care less about federal layoffs. I actually really wanted Doge to just really clean house. I'm very saddened by the fact that they drove Elon out of Congress and out of the government. It's huge misstep. I think that's when things started going to crap this year. But and the reason I think that is because I think they're all just like pencil pushers who just check their email twice a year, unfortunately. Wish it wasn't that way, but most federal workers are like that. Anyways, but yeah, so the New York Times is saying, oh, it's strained by federal layoffs. No, it's strained by the fact that private companies just aren't hiring. I mean, that's kind of the reality of what's going on. Just look at all the big tech, Mag 7. Are they hiring anybody? No, they're hemorrhaging engineers, and it's been like that since 2022. Okay, so that's what's going on. So CoreWeave's staggering fall for market grace highlights AI fears. The data center provides terrible 6-week slide picked up speed when a famous short seller piled concerns on top of delays. So this morning, the Wall Street Journal came out with this exclusive article, and I guess like CoreWeave is kind of on a downward trajectory, which is kind of unfortunate. everyone's talking about like, oh, AI bubble, and we kind of talked about this yesterday. I kind of again solidified my position. I don't think we're in an AI bubble. Um, the fact is, everyone's comparing it to the .com bubble, and this is not the .com bubble. Like I started getting it, I was getting into it with this random lady in the comments of this article. I was like, AI isn't going anywhere, bro. All of this is astroturf. And then this lady goes, the .com bubble didn't cause the internet to go away, but it was overhyped. AI is overhyped in the same way. Everyone wants in on the action without fleshing out the actual practical application for their business needs. Okay, yeah. So as if AI is just gonna die like in 6 months. No. So here's what I said. I said this ain't the .com bubble, yo. We're not talking about Zip2. That's Elon's first startup, by the way. Or eBay or a website about cats. We're talking about the thing that's gonna decimate the labor market in the next 5 years. That's what Elon's saying, by the way. He's saying you won't have to work, and you'll just be living off of universal basic income while like your Optimus like does garden work. But yeah, that's kind of what that's alluding to. And then I said, drive our cars. Yeah, that's what Waymo's doing. That's what Pony from China is doing. That's what the Cybercab is doing. Tesla, right? Zoox, maybe Amazon. And empower humanoid robots like the Optimus and Neo. Yeah, that's where this is going. So with all of this on the horizon, are we really gonna say, yeah? It's just like Cat's website. It's just gonna die. Oh yeah, I'm sure. .com, like AI is exactly like the .com bubble, like beat for beat. Yeah, okay. I can't wait till AI just goes the way of the dodo bird next year. I'm sure we're all just gonna go back to classical programming. Just okay, let int I equal 0. I is less than length of array. I plus plus, and we're gonna write our little for loops, and then we're gonna just start writing code like from our brains again. It's like nobody has been writing code. Nobody has been writing code since October 2022. I'm sorry. Like with lovable.dev, with Vibe, VYBE, YC backed company, Vibe coding. With Vibe coding in general, like I'm sorry, you're dumb if you're not Vibe coding, because there is no engineer in the history of the world who is smarter than AI, than Claude Code, than OpenAI Codex. Just give up. Like you will never be better than AI. Never. Like I don't care how smart you are. Like you can be fucking Albert Einstein and you will not beat Claude Code or OpenAI Codex in coding. That's just the reality. And then these people are like, oh yeah, well, you know what? The AI hype bubble is just like the .com bubble. Like it's just gonna be like that cat website I made in 2001. Yeah, I'm sure about that. Yeah, while the robots, gardening and farming my carrots in my garden, and I'm sipping on like chai tea. Right? It's just like that cat website from 2001. I'm sure. Okay. Ford's next F-150 Lightning will have a gas generator as it pivots away from large EVs. TechCrunch. Well, that failed. They had this new F-150 Lightning project, and you know how much the money they lost? They lost $19.5 billion. That's wild. Like at some point, like just on the Lightning, right? At some point, you have to say, like, as Ford, like, hey, you know what? We failed. Okay, it's okay. Like, just say, like, hey, we failed. That's fine. Just say, like, hey, we failed. Let's go, close down shop and, maybe do some sort of equity investment with Tesla or something. I don't know. You got to admit defeat. Like, I hate it when people can't admit defeat. Like, you failed. Like, give up. It's over. Ford no longer plans to produce select larger electric vehicles where the business case had eroded due to lower than expected demand, high costs, and regulatory changes. So I guess they're putting like a gas generator into their car, and then they're gonna sell it again. It's like, dude, just stop, please. And then same thing with like Rivian. It's like Rivian kind of being propped up by sort of the deep state. You have the Biden Department of Energy who gave a $6.57 billion low interest loan to Rivian in January. And it's like, okay, like I don't see Tesla having to be propped up by the government. In fact, the government is, especially the Biden DOJ, completely against Tesla. All sorts of crazy lawsuits. I won't get into them now, but the Biden DOJ kind of like went after Tesla, and it's like, and SpaceX, and it's like Rivian can't even do it when they're in bed with the Biden DOJ, like way back when, right? About a year ago. And it's like, why are we still entertaining these companies? Like Ford F-150 Lightning failed. Rivian, oh my God. Oh, Rivian's a big company, but in the background, there's the Biden DOE who's giving them like $6.57 billion in low interest loans. And it's like, oh, wow, they're a serious company. No, they're not. Get out of here. Ugh, disgust me. Okay. Okay. Finally, we have Disney's OpenAI deal is exclusive for just 1 year, and then it's open season. Yeah, so we were talking about this a little bit. So Disney, as we know, struck an all equity deal with OpenAI. Basically, OpenAI can use Disney IP and characters and stuff for Sora, their video generation model. Yeah, so again, we covered this already, but the thing that's interesting here is that apparently under the license, basically users like you or I, just like consumers, will be able to use Sora to like generate videos of like Disney characters. And then we have the option, again, as consumers, of uploading that to Disney Plus, their streaming platform, just like YouTube, and then they can display it. It's like, how low can you go if you're Disney? Like, you must be really desperate. That's wild. Turning Disney Plus into essentially YouTube. I mean, that's just wild. And it's like, you kind of look at the state of the industry, right? So that's their AI deal. But then you kind of look at Disney's decline, kind of in parallel with the decline of box office sales over the last 5 years. I mean, let's face it, the box office hasn't come back really since the pandemic. The pandemic made people realize that people don't have to go to the movie theaters to watch movies. They can just sit in the comfort of their home and just stream, right? And it's been really tough to get people back into the movie theater for them. And then so now they're trying to do, like, ever since Avengers Endgame, they've been Marvel, i.e. Disney, right, subsidiary. So Marvel has been trying to get people back. Disney has been trying to get people back to watch Avengers Doomsday, right? And what's funny is that with the upcoming Avatar, also Disney IP, by the way, Avatar fell off, but just, side point. But so they're trying to get people to watch Avatar, Fire and Ash. But at the same time, what they're doing is they're playing 4 separate Avengers Endgame trailers over 4 different weeks. And it's kind of like funny because if you were like, the goal is presumably to have people want to watch all 4 variations of that Avengers Doomsday trailer, right? So that would mean that if you were a dedicated fan and you really wanted to watch all 4 of them, all 4 variations of that Avengers Doomsday trailer, you'd have to go and watch Avatar, Fire and Ash, a 3-hour and 17-minute film. You'd have to watch that 4 separate times. It's like over like 13 hours, I think. That's kind of wild. I think actually just shy of 13 hours. But anyways, like, that is just so wild. Like, what is going on? And it's like, even with the new Avengers Doomsday, which is supposed to come out in December 2026, it's like, I mean, Tom Holland, I mean, poor guy. Like, he got kind of screwed with some of the deals he made. He went, like, I think, like, unfortunately, I'm not like making fun of this. I'm literally like 100% sincere. Like, he had some, like, I guess a few, like, he has some mental health problems now, like, just slightly. He's a little like depressed and stuff, just based off some of the roles he took, like the Hidden Room, the Crowded Room. A few other roles he's played hasn't been good on his psyche. Poor guy. Like, and I mean that sincerely. And I don't think he's coming back to play Spider-Man. So they're having to get Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back, and they've rebooted already like 3 or 4 times. I'm talking about Spider-Man for Avengers Doomsday. And then the different trailers, they're swapping out Spider-Man left and right. They started filming in July without a finished script. They're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. for like an exorbitant amount of money. It's like $10 billion, something like that. And he's playing a different character now. He's not playing Tony Stark. He's playing Victor Von Doom. It's like, okay, like, and then they're expecting people to come see the movie. It's like the hype train's over. Like, no one wants to come and watch superhero movies anymore. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. I actually have to double check something. I think, did Superman break even or do a profit in 2025? I just wanted to see if they made a profit like James Gunn's Superman, because let's see. Okay, yeah. So Superman kind of like eked out a modest profit. But it's like now they're doing this like Supergirl movie. Just speaking about movies, just real quick. And the motto is truth dot justice dot whatever dot. And it's like, in the typical James Gunn fashion, like he has a hand in it. Apparently, James Gunn, apparently not officially directed by James Gunn. Who directs the Supergirl movie? Apparently not directed by him, but look, there's no mistaking it. He has a hand in that. I just watched the trailer. Okay, so this new guy, Craig Gillespie or whatever, is directing the upcoming Supergirl movie. And it's like, give me a break. It's like another sort of like Guardians 3 style movie. They're playing some 80s nostalgia music in the background. Yeah, it's so bad. Like the whole superhero genre is just down the drain. And yet, Superman mod is probably fine, but then, we're gonna do a Supergirl movie. And then Avengers, they're like, we got Robert Downey Jr. back. Oh yeah, I'm sure people are gonna be excited. 7 years after 2019 Avengers Endgame. Yeah. Anyways, so just going back to the original point, it's like Disney is really at rock bottom. Now they're saying, oh my God, like they're so rock bottom in like the creative bucket, if you will, that they're having to resort to turn Disney Plus into like wannabe YouTube, right? Like, I'll be able to go into Sora and then like create something and then apply for it to be published on Disney Plus. It's like, what are we even doing? Anyways. Okay. So I think we're going to leave it there. Cool. So make sure to download Byte AI and use it when trading stocks. I use it to trade stocks every morning. That's BYTE AI.me. Use code podcast20 for a 20% discount off your first month. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.